In this video, I'm going to break down my top tips to scaling your Amazon online arbitrage business with a virtual assistant. So if you don't know me already, my name is Maxwell. I've been selling on Amazon for 6 years. I now do 100% online arbitrage. And right now, my Amazon business fully operates majority of the time by my 3-person virtual assistant team that runs basically the entire business for me. I spend well less than an hour per day on the business. And I now actually run a company where we help place skilled product sourcing virtual assistants directly into Amazon sellers' businesses. Right here is a picture of me with my virtual assistant team in the Philippines. So I actually flew from the US to the Philippines, very long flight. It was like 24 hours. And I got to meet my virtual assistant team. That's them right here. I personally have 3 that work for my Amazon business right now. Then the others work for some other companies, other businesses that I have. So, I was able to meet my team in person. I've been working with VAs for years, and I've been able to develop a lot of knowledge and a lot of things that I've learned along the way, and I hope to share that with you in this video. So let's not waste any time. If you're not yet subscribed, subscribe, and let's get right into the video. So that brings me to tip number 1, which is to have a great process, a great hiring process to filter out good candidates from bad candidates. Now, if you don't use a service like mine where, you're automatically placed a skilled product sourcing VA, you're going to have to go through the process of going to Online Jobs PH and creating a job post with the hopes of, finding, a very good candidate. Now, one of the best ways to do this is to have a sample project in place that you are going to provide to everyone that basically applies to your job post. Because if you put out a solid job post, don't be surprised if you have 75 to 100 virtual assistants reaching out to you. And this sample project will allow you to test everyone's skills. It will also eliminate everyone that's not serious, not willing to take an extra 15, 20, 30 minutes to complete the project. And then after the projects are created, you're going to grade them. And obviously those that form the best on that sample project, those are going to be the ones that you're going to want to interview to potentially bring onto your company. Now, tip number 2, once you have your virtual assistant, is communication. This is heavily overlooked. Your goal is to communicate with your virtual assistant. How are they performing? If they're not performing well, what are they having trouble with? After they tell you what they're having trouble with, can you help them? This is super key. I feel like a lot of Amazon sellers, they don't do a very good job on this. They're like, hey, you're not providing me enough leads, give me more leads. But at the same time, you need to be asking them, hey, I saw you only submitted 2, 3, 4 deals today. What are you having trouble with? Oh, you don't know how to find coupon codes, markdown sales. Here's how I find them. That's what communication is all about. Number 3 is teaching and guiding that virtual assistant about what you already do well as a seller. A lot of people hire a virtual assistant and they just expect them to be perfect, and that's not how it is. You are building the skills over time of that virtual assistant. I always see them as a long-term team member. And so, for example, let's just say product sourcing, you should be getting on one-on-one Zoom calls and showing them how you like to source, how you like to find coupons, sales, discounts, maybe some of your favorite websites to source on. And then you can also switch it. You can have the virtual assistant source and you can see how they're sourcing, how they're finding products, and then you can provide some feedback details from there. Trust me, this is huge. Number 4, especially if you have a sourcing virtual assistant, starting out, you need to provide feedback on every single lead that they provide. For all the clients that I work with that we provide VAs for, and then we help them scale, we make them put feedback on every lead their virtual assistant provides, because this is how your virtual assistant learns. If it is a lead that, let's just say, you approved and you buy, tell them why you like that lead. What was good about it? Why did you decide to buy it? And if it was not approved for whatever reason, you need to let them know so that they don't provide any more leads like that. The best thing you can do is to either have a spreadsheet where you can basically put in text that is your feedback. However, if you want to, you don't have time, or if you want to do it all on one call, you can just have a weekly call and you can review all of the leads live on the call, which means you can pull up the actual ACE in the listing on Amazon. You can go to Keepa and you can really show them why you like this lead or maybe why you didn't like it. Leads us to tip number 5, which is to offer perks. Now, I always like to think about from the perspective of, let's just say you got hired by a company. What do you probably want as an employee? Well, probably want to be paid out quickly. It would probably be nice if you could get holidays off, and then obviously, paid days off would be be even better. For my virtual assistants, I pay out bi-weekly. This is just what works best for me. And then also they have time to pay off their bills. I think once a week is a little too much. And then I think once a month is there's too much of a risk on the virtual assistant side. So definitely see if you can offer any perks and put these perks in your job post when you're hiring. You'll get a lot more people to reach out to you. Number 6 is upgrades. Now, this is something I don't really see talked about a lot just in the community of, Amazon sellers, but you have to understand a lot of these virtual assistants, they live in the country of the Philippines. And so a lot of them aren't in the best working conditions. They're working and, their AC doesn't work well. They're sweating, they're sitting on, I've seen virtual assistants that sit on buckets to work on their computer, like just very poor setups. And so what I like to do is provide a great experience for my employees, because the better experience they have, the better work they're going to be able to do for me. And it's a win-win. First thing I like to do is for my product sourcers, I like to cover the cost to get them on the best internet speed plan, whatever it is. So if they're paying $20 a month and the best plan is $35, I'm willing to pay an additional $15 per month for them to have the highest internet speed so they can find leads and work faster and they're not wasting time. I've bought people, new headphones so I can hear them better when they're speaking to me. I've bought people new desks because, they were working like on some little plastic desk the size of their desktop. Like, feel free to do these upgrades. Trust me, it goes a long way and they greatly appreciate it. Number 7 is to set goals. Now, for a lot of people, especially sourcing VAs, they want, X amount of leads per day. And while that's great for a lot of you Amazon sellers, you understand like you can spend more money on 2 to 3 amazing leads than, let's say, 6 to 7 okay leads. It's just sometimes how it goes. And so typically for most of my clients I work with, for myself, we like to set spend goals. How much money can we spend on the leads that you provide each day, each week, each month? And so we can forecast how the business is looking and we're able to track your performance. But, setting goals, setting targets, eliminates any miscommunication or confusion that your virtual assistant might have while working with you. Number 8, bonuses and incentives. Of course, if you were working for a company, who's going to like a little bonus or something like that? And there's a few different ways you can do this. You can pay based off of their performance. Hey, we were able to buy, $10,000 or $15,000 worth of your deals this month. We're going to give you an extra bonus on top of your already current monthly salary. I've done things like, basically asking my team what their favorite, nice dinner is. Send me a picture how much it costs, and I'll buy my entire team dinner. I took my main virtual assistant on a vacation to the islands. I try to do as much as I can. Obviously sometimes, incentives can kind of be hard, when you're first, working with a virtual assistant, first time being a boss and a leader, but trust me, they definitely go a long way for the virtual assistant. Now to number 9, I'm going to take a quick drink real quick and give you guys a chance to read everything. But your goal, another big thing is to introduce admin work. Now, for a lot of you, you're going to be hiring product sources, which is great. They're there to increase your lead flow. But for a lot of you sellers that are really scaling, there's a lot of time that you're spending on admin work, repricing, restocking, inventory management, managing spreadsheets, reconciling inventory. There's just a lot that goes into an Amazon business. And if you find yourself spending a lot of time on low ROI generating tasks, that's going to be a great opportunity for you to potentially teach those tasks to your virtual assistant so they can do it for you, which saves you more time, where you could then spend that time on higher ROI generating tasks. The 10th and final tip is any opportunities to, increase your virtual assistant salary or just growth in the company and promotions. Just like I said, their goal is to obviously, make money, and that's everyone's goal in the game of business. But to do this, you can promote people from product sourcer to, what I call like a manager, especially when you start adding more than one virtual assistant on your team. Like, let's say you have a team of 2, you now want to have one of them as a manager who can now oversee and, look at the performance of, let's say that new hire or that new product sourcer. Obviously, salary is always a touchy subject, but for me, I always see it as an opportunity. The more you pay your team member, the better work they're going to do. It's just how it goes. So a lot of you that are trying to penny pinch your team members, penny pinch your VAs, there's someone like me out there who's willing to pay them more because I know they're capable of doing more for the company. So if you're watching this video and you're an Amazon online arbitrage seller and you struggle with product research, research, you can't find enough leads to spend the capital that you have. Trust me, I've been in the same position, and the only reason I've been able to scale my Amazon business to $70,000 per month and beyond is because I have 3 full-time virtual assistants working for me, finding deals, doing my purchasing, repricing, restocking. And I actually now have a company called the VA Fastlane where we actually provide skilled online arbitrage sourcing virtual assistants directly to Amazon sellers. Just like my client Zach right here, he was able to spend $15,000 this month, which is 10 to 15% over his goal, thanks to his virtual assistant right here who actually works for him full time to find him profitable leads that he can purchase for his Amazon business. Also, like my client Mo right here, he was able to spend over $11,000 in the last 30 days. He's also like a brand new seller. This is, I think, his first 45 or 60 days working with his new VA. He sent over 80 units to FBA. His virtual assistant does all of his product research. He spent over $11,000 in the last 30 days. So if you are interested in potentially having a skilled online arbitrage sourcing virtual assistant placed directly into your Amazon business and to have me and my team help you scale, to do or learn more about that, go to the description below this video on YouTube. I'll have a link where you can book a call with me. We can talk, speak, see if you are a good fit for my virtual assistant placement service. Of course, if you just have questions for me about virtual assistants, more about my service, I also have a link below to my Instagram. Just DM me the word VA. That's the way I know you're coming from YouTube and you're wanting more information about getting a skilled product sourcing VA. So go ahead and message me on Instagram. Also follow me. I got some good free content on there. Other than that, check the links in the description of this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.